10 seconds remaining. Radiant team back.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dota 2 Champions League. We're here with Imperial and the Power Rangers. I'm Lysander, I'm going to be joined here by
10
Mike
seconds
Loris.
remaining.
We're here in the BO1s. It is a single elimination playoff,
Dire
and this
team
is
pick.
proudly brought to you by Epic Events as well as Face It. So give those guys a shout out for bringing us good old esports. But for now, we are going to be watching another draft with my friend here, Mike. And before the game goes in, I just want to see how you're doing, Mike. It's been 2 games in. How the game's
5
treating you?
seconds remaining.
Both of them have had Pudge, so
Yeah.
it could be a lot worse, dude.
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna see one here, although I do
Radiant
think Power
team
Rangers
pick.
have a slightly higher chance, but not a huge one. It is definitely both of these two teams, Power Rangers especially, are very hit or miss. Like Power Rangers can be the best team in the world one day, then
10
lose to no
seconds
names
remaining.
on another. So we'll see what day it is for them.
They are
5 seconds
they used to, okay,
remaining.
back in the good old days, they used to be the Navi Alliance Slayers back when those 2 teams were the top
Radiant
teams.
team pick.
They kind of slay big guys and then they drop to the lower guy, the small guys, you know. I don't know. They're kind of like the giant slayers or something. So you put them up against EG, they might take them out, you know. But you put them up against something like I don't know,
10
some
seconds
Sing Sing
Like
stack
Imperial?
or the Imperial. Yeah, they might just drop. You know, you never know. Right, so we'll
5
see how well they
seconds
do.
remaining.
I recognize the guys on Power Rangers. I'm not sure if I
Reserve
remember
time.
Godem, but Afro Ninja, Bignum, J4, Cheshire Cat, I do remember. And actually on the Imperial as well, I do know who, I do recognize the name Baby Knight, Hasten Joe, Ace, and Rise, so not exactly unknowns here on both sides. So
Dire
I would
team
say this might be the close match, but then again, the last 2 games where we had favorites were close
Mhm.
as hell. So we'll not throw any kind of judgment.
Yeah, I mean, not to be offensive or anything, but I think that this level of play in this game is probably going to be second only to the next one. So, that's, I'm sure, the main event's best for last or something like that. But Imperial are going to, get right to it. They typically, any team that has Baby Knight is going to revolve around Baby Knight. He's just such an explosive player. Give him an OD, back him up with something, maybe an IO, and you're usually going to have a pretty good time. Not to say that everyone else on Imperial is bad. Far from it. They're all incredibly solid players, but they're not that kind of standout player of
You're
Baby
just
Knight.
not competitively trained. You know, you may be good at pubs, crushing pubs with your
Radiant team
Husker,
back.
Miranas, whatnot. But when it comes to competitive games, it's a whole new kind of thing. It's more of the strategy involved, the draft, team condition. It's what allowed underdog teams like DC and TNC to do well this TI. So it's really up to that, and team chemistry. It plays a big part in this. But apart from that, drafts do play a big role in winning as well. So
10
we do see an
seconds
OD
remaining.
for the first time tonight, Sang King for the 3rd time today. I like to say
5
second time,
seconds remaining.
Yeah, I think
Second
he's been in the...
second or third one. But OD.
Reserve time.
Oh man, it's a hero I've been seeing a lot now in the because I
Radiant
watch a
team
lot
pick.
of pro highlight games like in YouTube, just for just to inspire myself to climb MMR and then regret doing a few minutes later. But it's kind of thing I do. I watch highlight games all the time. It's the only time I have to watch in between my day. But
10
I see a
seconds
lot of
remaining.
OD being played by the mid players, so maybe
5
the pros
seconds
have
remaining.
found something about OD that is desirable. Maybe OD is a good counter to what's happening now in the current meta game with a lot of
Reserve time.
illusions. So we'll see. I mean, OD is definitely a hero that can we
Dire
say
team pick.
explosive. Yeah, definitely an explosive
Yep.
hero with that Sanity's Eclipse and the Arcane Orbs. So we'll see how well he does. I think it's a solid pick against Timbersaw as well, being able to punch through that armor and just blow him up. So we'll see.
He's a hard hero to really pressure on the other end of things. If this was still a metagame where we would see like first pick Earth Spirit or first pick Bounty Hunter or whatever,
Reserve
then
time.
sitting 2 or 3 heroes on the OD's lane usually means that he's going to either kill all of you, in which case you're screwed from the get-go, or just not get anything. If the OD's not getting anything, you're probably going to win that game. When you're in a meta where you don't do that, we're seeing very, very few heroes go into the mid lane outside of the mid laners. Maybe occasionally someone will poke in. Then the OD is mostly on an island, and that's exactly where he wants to be. The first couple levels for OD aren't really all that terrifying. It's really once he gets going, gets to like level 7, then he's gonna be a real threat. But okay,
Radiant team
we've got
pick.
some real like best of one shenanigans going on here because OD is he's sure pick him up. Jakiro, yeah, you need a little bit more of a reason to pick him up.
So okay, now that we see the Jakiro, it's gonna trigger something in Power
10
Rangers. Like, oh
seconds
no,
remaining.
what's this? So you might think along the lines of
5
Imperial
seconds
going
remaining.
for a team fight hero for their off lane and someone that is good at
Reserve
tower
time.
pushing. So Juggernaut immediately comes to mind. But I can also say, I wouldn't say Chaos Knight is a good idea here against Timbersaw Sand King, but I would say Tiny is a real option. Sven, maybe, but ultimately, even a Bristleback might do well here. Wait, never mind, Sven.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I don't know, Chaos Knight for cheese. Maybe that works.
I wouldn't put it past Imperial to pick up a CK. Both of these two teams have played him a little bit more than others in the past, but if this wasn't this patch, I would be scared of Imperial going for a Drow strat. Like, when it was a thing to go for a Drow strat, not just first pick Drow and then, be okay with that. She's banned out, obviously. But this Jakiro is not really in the best spot. I mean, the magic damage to kill the Timbersaw, I suppose, is kind of nice, but even then, Jakiro doesn't really have the most. The only reason you pick up Jakiro, maybe this is a little bit short-sighted of me, is to pick up a hero that has Liquid Fire. And if you're gonna have Liquid Fire, you need to capitalize on that hard and fast. If you put him in a core role, you have to win the game very quickly. Otherwise, he will just do nothing once the enemy heroes get any sort of items, hoods, pipes, BKBs. He's just useless at that point. So Imperial have got to go in. Alongside what you mentioned, someone like a Lone Druid could definitely give them that front line and the tower destruction power that they need.
I think core Jakiros run once with DC and TI6, like during the final. They nearly won.
Didn't they lose that terribly?
They didn't lose that terribly. They nearly
10
won, and then
seconds
the
remaining.
Wings managed to stabilize, and then they lost from there.
5 seconds.
Something
Well,
along
that's
the
what I
lines of
mean.
what
Like
you
you,
said,
you got to
know.
win before the enemies can stabilize.
Mm-hmm.
Reserve time.
But yeah, Jakiro, I don't think it's gonna be a core. I don't think, but you never know. They're crazy people sometimes.
Faceless
Oh,
Void.
there you go, Faceless Void. Someone to combo it up. So
Radiant team ban.
it still might be an off lane Faceless Void, but I think a safe lane one would be strong here.
Yeah, they both seem somewhat decent. I know that Hess Joe's played a lot of Faceless Void in his day, and just like having the ultimate combos are certainly very threatening. He's gonna take out the
Dire
Huskar.
team ban.
I think that is actually a pretty reasonable ban out, but Imperial have a lot of AoE team fight. And we're talking a lot about Imperial, but what Power Rangers have is a little bit more boring. Definitely solid, though. Scarith Mage for that point-click silence onto the OD, now onto the Faceless Void is going to be a game changer. They have, however, mostly non-physical damage, so Imperial, their magic
5
resistance is going to be very
seconds
important for
remaining.
themselves. Power Rangers definitely do need, or should want, some sort of heavy right
Reserve
clicker.
time.
Yeah, or do they go for the good old CIS carry venge?
It's not the worst up against Chronosphere, but I don't think it's really worth it because like Carry Venge works if you have a lot of other right clickers with a minus armor.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we will see. The way they draft is so weird because they don't have a traditional right click, so to speak, and they leave that last slot for something like that. So I don't know what hero would actually do well in this situation. Faces Void OD is pretty punishing. Jakiro Faces Void is pretty punishing. So do you just go
There's
for
not
the all-in cheese here?
there's not that much in the way of like casual lockdown for Imperial. It's Chronosphere and Ice Path. So getting one of the carry heroes a little more mobility is going to be a little bit difficult for Imperial to punish. Uh, Outside of that, just make sure your hero isn't super dumb, right? Get someone with at least decent intelligence that Sanity's Eclipse doesn't rip them apart.
10 seconds remaining.
Oh. I don't know.
5
I think
seconds remaining.
I keep wanting to go towards heroes like Viper or Gyrocopter, something that can just fight
Reserve
early,
time.
Razor, just go for a mid-range kind of lineup. But those heroes have not been in a meta, so I'm afraid to say that there will be a pick here. So.
Imperial
Wow.
will struggle to deal with the Weaver. But
Talk about
I mean,
cheese.
Pugna Jakiro, their game plans are the same. Push, push, push. So we
Let's
have
see
a
some
Pugna
carry
Jakiro
trend.
game.
Repair those towers. I don't know what they can actually
10
do here.
seconds remaining.
Something for stun maybe.
5 seconds
I think
remaining.
something fight that can fight actually, to be honest. Something beefy and I can fight.
Reserve time.
Yeah, I mean, for Imperial, they're powerful in the early game, but they're not really all inning it just because they have an OD and they have a Faceless Void. So if you go too much into the early game, you're going to be
10
in a little bit of
seconds
trouble.
remaining.
You have someone who could either abuse getting a lot of space early on, like a Spectre just to
5
farm,
seconds remaining.
or get someone who can be okay with joining. I think Weaver we're going to see in this last box. Or
Oh.
I meant Naga Siren. That's what I meant. Naga Siren
Close
very
enough.
similar to that Spectre I was mentioning.
Yeah, Song's also really good against Void. I don't know how it slipped out of mine, but yeah, PR, I think they were digging hard for that one as well. So they pick up that Void to deal with FV, and I kind of like it. It's a strong hero. The Radiance Burn is going to be very annoying if she manages to get it. So it's up to PR's support lineup or support trio, I would say. SK, Disruptor, Skyruff. They have a lot of pressure available for them. Jakiro, not the best hero to protect in the mid laner. And I don't know, are they going to run a off-lane Void now? Yeah, they are, right?
Yeah.
Safe lane Pugna?
You
with
got to
Jakiro?
get Pugna that farm, man.
Yeah, so
10 seconds
it's gonna
remaining.
be interesting, and it's not the Imperial's lineup are not something
5
that
seconds remaining.
repels borders that easily, and Baby Knight's gonna have his work cut out for him in the middle lane.
Well, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how much action Imperial can cause around the map. They do have only a little bit of sustain in the IO, not exactly a huge sustain hero. But if they're able to set up and get into a siege spot, let the Jakiro spam out those liquid fire casts, let the Nether Blasts start flowing out from Ace, then they can shake down the towers very quickly. And if they're able to get that going before the Naga Siren is looking at a relic, or like, when she's at like 2,000 gold or something like that, then Imperial can essentially just take the Naga Siren threat out completely.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a lot of upside here, but Imperial, if it does get to a late game stage, you don't want a core Pugna on your side.
Hey, don't hate on the Aether Lens Aghanims. That thing does some serious work. But yeah, but I get what you're saying. Bignum, his team's goal is to make sure they don't lose all their tier 2 towers by a certain point, and Imperial's goal is to do exactly that. So we'll see. I do like Imperial's logo. Very nice, very elegant. And, we'll see how well they do, whether their game can match their design skills. But Cheshire Cat on that Sand King, immediately going forward to plant a ward. I'm not sure where he's going to drop it though. He's going to pop it on the high ground here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on record right now, make a bold statement. Maybe not that bold. I think Pugna's a trash hero. Like, I think he's just terrible.
Okay.
I like Jakiro more than Pugna. I said it, guys.
Alright, he said it. We'll see.
Bring all your
We'll
flames.
see. Noya is gonna get spotted by this Observer Ward. I'm not sure if they know that he's there to plop a rune. Oh, they pinged it. They know.
Wow.
That's gonna get rewarded right away. So that is excellent intuition here. Actually, honestly, if I was IO, I would have walked back this way. But, immediately caught out. There we go. Munch, munch. 100 bucks. Cheshire Cat's going to smile on his way to the bank. That's a win lace he could get as well. So, we'll see. Alright, so we start off the game with Imperial 1 ward down already. And you look at that gold graph already being really bad for the enemy team. Game's over.
God,
guys.
might as well give up now with that
It's
gold
a bounty
advantage.
rune you gave over. It's literally a bounty rune for the Sand King.
They lost. I don't even know why Imperial are still playing this game. You can't win after a gold deficit like that, man. It's too hard to come
you're
back
practically
from.
giving 2 bounty runes away. You gave away 2 bounty runes, and that's it. They lost.
It's not nothing, especially for an off-lane Sand King who is maybe going to run into some issues lane-wise, especially in this lane, going up against 3 range heroes and a lot of poking. Getting a little bit of extra gold maybe is going to mean the difference between him surviving and actually being relevant in the game compared to him just being
He's gonna get
completely
boots
shut
that
out.
much faster. One last hit, he will get boots, and if he manages to get the last hit, and that will mean he'll outrun all these supports. I mean, Io's slow, Jakiro's slow, Pugna's fast, but Pugna's the stun, so yeah, like, he's gonna have a easy time once he gets boots. I know they're gonna start and harass this guy. Maybe he picks a Battle Strike now. No, they're just gonna let him poke. There you go, Battle Strike and run away. Yeah, don't want to take too much damage. And but see, the thing is, by doing this, they mess up their creep equilibrium, and as a result, they will have less opportunities to actually harass this, well, control the lane. And yeah, Cheshire Cat is gonna have the wave pushed over to him. He's gonna nearly have level 2 now, so gonna be very happy about that. So, meanwhile, I see Scarif dropping very low.
I think he's just looking to dump his mana pool onto Baby Knight, then Fountain back. Top lane, they're going for round 2. Treasure Cat's taking a lot of right clicks.
Okay, that's not
his
the
base.
way I would have Barrow Struck, but there's your first blood, I guess. Okay.
Well, Pugna does have a lot of right-click damage with him. You know, the int gain is the highest on Pugna compared to any other hero, and that is still a low-ish.
I think Invoker is on par with him now. I believe Invoker is at 4.0 as well.
Pugna's at 4.5, man. No one's smarter than this guy.
Really? Or did they buff him?
I don't know why he's so smart. It doesn't really do anything for him. It makes his Nether Blast stronger because int ramps spells now.
Yeah.
Pugna no longer trash hero confirmed.
Alright. A grand total of 4 points, but meanwhile Efreninch getting caught out, but there's a silence there onto the OD, preventing the orbs from flying out, so the support from both sides is going to be pretty huge there, but Baby Knight stealing a grand total of 7 intelligence, so it's going to be very happy with that one. Efreninch is going to solve himself up, but Noah is there to bottle up his mid laner and salve up even, so this is going to be a very easy transfusion. It's going to be full health now, and that's the power of the Wisp. And we talked about the sustain, and Wisp is able to output a lot of healing.
This is also not going to be punished in the fact that they don't really need this IO up towards top lane to apply more pressure on the Sand King, who's already abandoned the lane. Oh, Joe gets a lucky bash in J4. Time walks in front of him and gets the kill.
Wow, and I feel like that's what makes Void so strong, because he trades so well against supports, and he just mitigates all the damage right away with any sort of time walk. So he just hits a few times. If he gets a lucky bash, he can end up killing the support because it's a 75 bonus damage. I sometimes think, I mean, as a support player myself, I get really annoyed with Void players because it's just so strong in terms of training, and that's one of the
and
things
his base
Void.
damage
he just
and
walks
armor
up to you and
are
hits you, and I mean, it's free for him. He just hits you, and then if there's problems, he just walks out. So
70 base damage,
yeah.
5 armor. Like, how do you trade with that as any hero? You can't. Like, maybe Naga Siren can because she has slightly more armor, and the math might work out slightly in her favor. But once the bashes come in, man, it's over.
Bash is magic. You can't out hit the Void. This mace is a scary thing. Bash, bash, bash. Okay, bash.
You're ready to use all his luck, dude. You can't push it that far, or else you're never gonna get any more bashes.
4 times in a row. Okay, the next one's gonna be a bash for sure. So he's already charged up. He primed this bash. Now J4 is gonna be on the receiving end of this punish stick. Here we go. Watch this. There you go.
Got the rune. All planned, dude. All calculated by
priming your bash is a real thing.
He does do Void pretty darn well. And he's still hunting for J4.
I mean,
Look at this. He's not giving up.
What can J4 do? Bash. Bash is a kill. There we go. He's dead. Void is balanced, team. Void is balanced.
OS Frog, please. That was dirty.
The Time Walker. The good stuff.
But still, that's just not fair.
What a hero. Oh, Cheshire Cat getting caught out. He doesn't have Sandstorm. Sand Kings nowadays don't fancy themselves Sandstormers, and now getting caught out. He will Barrel Strike to the south, but might not be able to run away because Pugna's short legs can pump really fast and close distances. And Cheshire Cat, he Sandstorm to Juke, but the Nether Blast will say no. Oh, I'm just kidding. One more click, miss up the high ground. Typical Dota 2. And there we go. A kill denied. I wasn't even surprised, man. Seriously, I call all these things because they happen to me.
Radiant's top tower
They happen
is
to me
under
every
attack.
game.
He missed the Nether Blast because he thought the Sand King had another Burrow Strike, and he was trying to anticipate that by like spamming into the trees instead of just in
Radiant
front of them.
structures are fortified.
And then he just misses up the high ground. I mean, Joe's luck has been pretty BS, but getting that 25%
Sapping it
roll
from
on
his teammate,
chat,
pretty
that's also
much.
pretty good.
But at least they get the
Radiant's top
tower.
tower
We'll not get
has
that one
fallen.
denied. It's really hard to miss the last hit on tower as a partner. But J4, hello.
Oh,
Here
not
we
like
go.
this.
There the bash goes, and silence maybe. Yep, jump away before he can take critical amounts of damage. The slow will come out. He doesn't have a jump anymore, but Bignum, as a carry Naga, will not have those. Will not have the ensnare available for him. But he's Joe. He's in trouble. The seal is there, but they will not be able to kill him. The arcane bolt comes out. He gets another rune. It's gonna be really good for him. He's gonna jump away and pretty much mitigate any kind of life-threatening situation.
He's just messing with 3 heroes casually while trading damage evenly with the supports. Like, that is just so ridiculous. And in the meantime, like, there's a Pugna and a Jakiro dual lane top up against very little resistance. Level 2 Liquid Fire, level 3 Blast with the sustain from the Arcane Boots. Tier 1 towers will be killed off incredibly quickly. Shikat's going to find Noya, but Io has Baby Knight's to yank himself over to. So, top lane's being dominated by Imperial, bottom lane's being dominated by
Dire's
Imperial,
bottom tower
and mid
is under
lane is doing well. I mean, it's doing just fine. So it's all really just coming up dire in this game. And for Power Rangers, I mean, these heroes they've selected on the bottom lane, they can't really do anything up against the Faceless Void. They just don't have the damage for it, not yet.
Oh well, it's just how Dota works. It's sometimes you just lose because of RNG. Sometimes Dota's like Hearthstone. Times like
Whoa,
this.
whoa. We're not gonna go that far.
Yeah, well, these kind of RNG swings. I mean, it could be a big difference. I mean, offlane getting 2 kills now, it's a huge deal. But I have to give him some credit. He did prime his bash for the first one. It's the same way you prime your PA bashes, PA crits. I mean, you hit creeps or heroes a few times. And if you don't get a bash, the next one is very likely to land one. And he missed 4 bashes in a row, so it's very likely his hit was gonna first hit bash that one.
Yeah, every failed proc increases the chance for a successful subsequent
So
proc.
4 is like
That's,
the magic number usually, especially at max bash. If you miss 4, it's almost guaranteed to bash the next one.
You just got to make sure to miss 4 intentionally. That's the plan. But here's what Imperial, their game plan with their heroes is actually going to come into fruition. Nether Blast maxed out at this point. Liquid Fire level 3. Tier 2s are pretty easy money, honestly, for Imperial, especially since Power Rangers at this point aren't really going to be super eager to defend.
I'd like to see a mech come out from the team now, actually, to be honest. Maybe
attack.
not Baby Knight, but Pugna, maybe afford a quick mech. He's got 1005 now, he's really close to the mechanism. So once you get the mech, it's very hard for any of the PR heroes to do any damage because the Sand King is not going to have his dagger anytime soon. The Naga definitely not getting a Radiance in time. And they could lose a lot of tier 2 towers. We talked about them not losing tier 2 towers before this, but they already lost the most important one for the Radiant side, the bottom. So the control over their jungle is pretty much limited at this point. And I think Imperial has met all their key...
Oh no, J4.
Key points, and J4 is just not having the best day of his life here. Immediately decrepitified and sucked out of existence, and Ace even getting a lot of mana out of that because he was at full life, so extra value from that life drain there, topping himself up to half full mana. And for Ninja has to be very careful here. He is feeling confident as he is hiding behind the tower, but there is a Chronosphere, and Chronosphere plus life drain is something else, so you have to be very careful about that. The Arcane, no, well, not Arcane Blast, the Nether Blast is dishing out quite a bit of hurt there so far.
Pugna's pretty much at the mechanism, almost straight purchased it after that kill on the bottom lane tier 2 tower. They honestly don't have to use this Chronosphere super proactively either. They have
Void's
a
ready,
chance.
here comes Void, and there you go. F1 Ninja is not getting out of this one. Yep. They drain him out of his life, and once again, another successful pick of 0-5. I don't think we expected this, Mike. I don't think we did.
Yeah, usually when you go for a Jakiro or Pugna draft, like it's usually plays very similarly if you get just one of them. you go for a lot of towers, but you end up getting picked off in the process because Pugna is just inherently super soft. But the fact that they're getting towers, I mean, that's going according to plan. They're getting towers and kills, though. They're not falling behind in experience. They don't have to worry about a Naga Siren Radiance too soon, although Bignum is getting a lot of gold towards it. The amount of space that Naga Siren has to safely farm the map is a lot less than it otherwise would be 10 minutes into any other game. So Imperial are restricting the map a lot. They just have to make sure to keep this pressure up and keep on using their chronospheres.
Oh, they
make
found
sure
a Naga. Steals his farm as well. He's got 1,009, and I feel like despite all this early game inconvenience, oh, Hasten Joe going for J4, but yeah, despite all these early game inconveniences, but the minute the Naga gets a Radiance at any kind of good timing, it's gonna be very difficult for Imperial to hold it. So they have to really push in. The clock is still on them. They might have a good start here. They can't spend too much time farming. They have to make the pressure. They have to put the pressure on the enemy now. And I think the best way to do that would be to bait the Naga sleep and deny it for 3 minutes now. So they have to find a Naga somehow, because he's getting a lot of farm from these stacks.
Well, she's still a pretty long ways off. Having gone for Arcane Boots, travels immediately after Radiance is going to be slightly delayed. And Imperial, they're knocking down the mid lane.
Oh,
they don't have to stop.
Okay, we're going to start with the silence. I think we can actually get 2 silences here on Hasten Joe. So, no, they're just going to go for the Pugna, which is interesting. They go in there, immediate relocate out. Oh, man, the saves, it was huge. And now the Void not getting silenced there. He does not have a Chronosphere, and that is something that PR should be very thankful for. I'm not so sure going on the Pugna silence was the play there, and Wisp with the excellent repositioning there, getting his teammate out of there. Now that they've blown all their ultimates, how are they going to hold high ground?
Especially when Hesta Joe still has his ultimate. He has Chronosphere, so he's not really scared of anything. I mean, Noya doesn't have another save.
Okay,
but
if you look at OD now, he doesn't even have his ultimate. He didn't even skill it. Pure disrespect right here.
No synergy on Veil. No big.
He's like, I don't even need this ultimate. No, he'll probably get it at level 9, but he went for Veil. Oh yeah, he went for Veil. That is something you don't usually see. And with this orb, he takes out Naga Illusions, easy peasy. Oh, I can't get it caught by that. Not the plan, but a quick silence here from the Skyroth will keep the Void at bay for now. But Imperial Ace, these guys all have good combinations with that Chronosphere, and all of them have next to no cooldown. So they're always available to combo with Chrono. So really like that coming out from the draft. And now with the constant spam of Nether Blast, that tier 3 tower falls 12 minutes into the game. How's that for cheese? Oh no, they silence Baby Knight. Baby Knight's in trouble. Do they get enough? Nice heal coming out. The Chronosphere traps the Sand King in place. A bash keeps Afro Ninja locked out. And now Baby Knight with that ultimate will use it. Will debut it on that Sand King, knocks him out. The Epicenter is on cooldown, no ultimates available. Disruptor, the only one with that silence for now, but it's not going to do enough as the tier 3 followed up by the melee ranks is fallen. So the range and melee going to be taken out here by Imperial. 0-8, failing to get a single kill, even getting a Moonwell on the way out there. Ace gonna be very happy with that. A little bit too close to TP, might have gotten glimpse back, but yeah, it's gonna be that. It's 13-minute racks. Good stuff.
It's okay.
Cost the hell out of PR, man.
Naga Siren doesn't even kill off the tier 1 bottom lane. She's still 600 gold off her relic, which is not going to change how effective these Imperial pushes are. Now the OD actually has some synergy with the Veil of Discord, internal synergy with himself, but man, Imperial just walk right in, and Power Rangers, they can't do anything. They're not fight ready enough, especially after how bad that last fight was. Now Relocate is back. There's no Sandy's Eclipse, there's no Chronosphere, and Imperial are in the worst possible spot for them to take a fight. So if ever there's a chance for Power Rangers to get on the board, it's right now. But no, Cat is spotted. Dire have every sort of vision up. Easy entrance here for them.
Going for an illusion. He went for Drum first over the Blink Dagger. What are your thoughts on this?
I mean, you gotta get something. There's... Usually it's fine because you're not practicing this as much, but...
This build. Oh no, Effort Ninja getting caught there. Tagged by that time dilation and the song forced out. This is a good choke point, but look at the Wisp. Once again, the Epicenter is gonna channel though. He won't pull out Ace. No, he messed it up. He messed it up bad. He will not get the combo there, but Ninja very low there. One more orb will take him out. Baby Knight is dominating, and got him. He is very low on his health pool. Ace, thinking that he would have been juked there, immediately runs into the gap there, but unfortunately for him, the Scarif just zips on out. But yeah, a little bit early on that relocate. I think he disappeared before tagging a teammate, so he only relocated himself. So a little bit unfortunate there, losing a Void, and as well as himself. So buying PR a little bit of time for that Radiance to build up. Bignum with that Relic already. So 2 kills now, finally on the board. So they will not be cleaning this game up without a single kill dropped to PR. So it's going to slow down the push a little bit, but they are still a Rex up as well as 12,000 gold ahead. So it's still a lot of work cut out for PR if they want to pull this back. So it's not impossible.
The only reason that works is because they have Song of the Siren, they have Epicenter, and they have Static Storm. They may have Epicenter Static Storm for this next one, but Imperial it'll be then so much easier for Noya to make a successful save, and Imperial aren't really usually reliant on their ultimates to just push.
Cheshire Cat getting caught out. He is getting brought down low. There is a Chronosphere. They might just look out for J4 here. The Snagasong still not ready. He's farming top, just trying to get his team to buy as much time as possible. They are veiled up for now. But is it going to be enough there? The Scarif Mage picking up an early veil, trying to deal with this, trying to dissuade the push, but it's not happening as the partner continuously drops the blast there. Baby Knight with the cheesy OD build up, getting 4 points in the aura as well as the orb for an early push strategy, allowing his teammates to just spam spells non-stop without having to worry about mana. And pretty much just cheesing away at the second Rex there. If they get a second Rex, I'm not even sure Naga can hold it back though, to be honest. Cheshire Cat taking damage again. The Glimmer Cave, Baby Knight taking a lot of damage. He needs a bailout here. He does have Aegis though, doesn't have to worry about it. Cheshire Cat caught out by the Chronosphere. A 3-man Chrono here. Afro Ninja getting caught out. He's just time dilated. That spell is just so powerful against the Timbersaw, and I think this is over. 213, second Rex down. I don't know what a Naga can do, even though she does have a Radiance. It does feel a little too late here. 17 minutes and we're looking at an absolute thrashing. They're going for the base now. They're going for the throne. No mercy here. Imperial are on a constant cycle of regeneration. They're not running out of mana. It is constantly available for fights. God, I'm taking 2 hits and then an ulti to the dome. And that's it. The Scarif goes down for another 25 and might not be enough to bring him back here. Imperial. Careful
Dude,
with
like,
their partner's life.
One of the 2 times he uses Sandy's Eclipse and he doesn't even Veil of Discord.
Yeah,
like, he clearly does not want the Veil of Discord in his inventory. He's just playing along with his allies right now.
Oh, he does
They're not even going for the Megas. They're just killing tier 4s. Like, Power Rangers can't do anything about this. They can now fight because they have the Song of the Siren. They can set up something with an Epicenter, but it's way too late. Like, I mean, they have to get
even that fight where they had at the Rush Pit, that was only possible. That 2 kills was possible because the Wisp messed up. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been a kill at all. This would have been a clean sweep, 0-14. The Wisp actually relocated too early. Oh, now we get Hasty Joe. Is he gonna get caught out? Nope, they banish him, and there you go. Cheshire Cat, he tries. He gets blown up by the ward. And now they're gonna try for a Hail Mary play here on Aston Joe. Is there gonna be a relocate out? Yeah, no sir! Alright, so the Void goes down. It's gonna be 315. I am praying for another 7 kills. I'm not even sure that's gonna happen now. Baby Knight just throwing those balls left, right, center. Baby Knight dropping low. He does have the Aegis though. He throws another orb. And oh, we're gonna find him? No, not gonna find him. Bails him out. Now Rise about to get himself killed. Yep, he is going to get himself killed. But Ninja dropping low. OD finds him on the way out. Did he miss up the high ground? I think he did. Miss up the high ground there. Very unfortunate as usual. But I think at this point, there's really little that PR can do to hold his throne push. And this is not a GG out. This is a throne push at 20 minutes. Baby Knight going ham here on that Timbersaw. Trading life. Pugna doing so much work keeping Baby Knight alive. Still alive here. Blows up the Timbersaw. Still alive. Pugna. Oh man, the blood transfusions here are real. There's your Aegis. He comes back. And Ace taking a lot of damage. Has to be careful here. Still charging up. Baby Knight still piling away. He's got 2,400 gold. J4 melts to the OD's damage. 16 intelligence taken. Scarif Mage was killed. 419 right now. Cheshire Cat trying to run away. He's disrupted up. Getting drained out of his life. And now they call it. It's alright. Fine. We lose. 419. And there. Insult to injury. 420. And right before we end as well. Just perfect timing. And Baby Knight godlike and explosive player, you said. Explosive player he is.
Freaking Faceless Void is level 9, dude.
I mean, it was a 20
Ended the
minute.
game at level 9
5-manning
and
all
he
the way.
won.
They 5-man all the way.
This game was ridiculous. Someone in the chat said it's refreshing to see a team execute what they pick. And that is true. It's like I've seen way too many games where teams will pick up Pugna and then wait till 20 minutes and then start taking tier 2s or starting to try to take tier 2s. When you pick up a Pugna Jakiro, pedal to the metal, you gotta go, man. You gotta win the game fast, and this is exactly how you do it.
20 minutes flat, 420. These guys deserve a medal. But
Dank meat.
yeah, that was dank. That was a dank cheese as well. That's gonna leave PR salty for a while. I think those bashes in J4 really tilted them. And yeah, well, that game just went out of control. It looked okay, manageable from the start, and then things started happening. They messed up some fights. They 6 save from the Wisp early game, and
Hmm.
yeah, that really messed things up. And let me go to the score screen a little bit, guys. And yeah, I know how much you guys enjoy this. Yep, there you go, the perfect score. Imperial victory, a very nice one as well. So well earned, and they all progress in these DO1. So Power Rangers knocked out. Very, very surprising here. Well, not very surprising, but a shocker, definitely. And getting cheesed down in BO1 never feels good. But Imperial, they earned a slot in the next set of playoffs. So congratulations to them. And yeah, this is Lysander. I'm casting with Mike Loris. We have one more BO1 to go. It's Fantastic 5 versus Flipside Esports. So that's the last BO1 for tonight. And it's been great so far casting the Dota 2 Champions League with you, Mike. What are your what's your energy level now? Are you still pumped up? Are these games getting to you? I don't know. We didn't get a punch this game, but
I'm I'm kind of bummed out there's no Pudge, but replace that with a 20-minute speed game. It's always exhilarating, although a little bit one-sided this game. Uh, Man, I'm ready for the last one. It's nice in the afternoon right now, so I'm
all
still
right.
good.
It's a
Checking
middle.
like you.
It's the witching hour for me actually. Spooky.
Yeah.
3 a.m. now. But I'm still fresh. I don't know. I'm as fresh as those fresh fruits you buy from the groceries. I don't know how to describe fresh at this point, but still really
That
fresh.
was pretty
Got a
bad.
couple of beverages, but trying to find similes or whatever metaphors at this point, it's getting a little bit difficult. So I'm not gonna torture my brain anymore. I'm gonna sign out for this game. We'll be hopping into this 4th series very shortly, guys. So don't go anywhere. It's Lysander. It's Mike. Do give us a shout out on Twitter, and we'll be right back with game number 4. So don't go anywhere. Much love and Kappa.